This is DBTV. I am here at Cape Wine 2012 with Pinot Noir guru Anthony Hamilton Russell of Hamilton Russell Vineyards. Anthony, how are you doing?
Very well, thank you.
Excellent. So what are you guys up to at the moment? Anything new in the pipeline, or?
Well, Lucy, the boring thing about us is that we're very focused. For 30 years we've made one Pinot Noir and one Chardonnay on Hamilton Russell Vineyards. So we're up to the same thing, but every year trying to refine it and take it a little bit further. Our work is more now with the soils, more sustainable farming, ecological farming. We're introducing elements of biodynamic practice into the winery.
Okay.
Use of small clay amphora for the Chardonnay to ferment without getting any vanillins from wood or tannins from wood for our oldest blocks that are slightly fragile. It's really finessing and nuancing and really being true to our main thing, which is expressing origin in our wine.
Sure, and obviously you guys are real Pinot Noir pioneers in South Africa, in the country, and the terroir is very important for that. Can you talk me through a little bit about the terroir of your Pinot Noir and the three sub-regions that you mentioned last
Absolutely.
night?
I'm going to move a bit, and if you can get this picture in.
Sure, yeah. I might not be able to get you in, but...
This is Hamilton Russell Vineyards over there. This is the Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah.
Antarctic is 6,000 kilometers in that direction, so this is a giant-free air conditioning system. And the key thing about our Pinot and our Chardonnay is we plant them in extremely clay-rich soil.
Okay.
If you look at the soil type down here, the very high iron content, very shallow, stony topsoil, very marginal soils. But crucially, clay content's very similar to Burgundy, 35 to 55% clay.
Okay.
So the main thing about this Yemelanada area is not that it's particularly cool, it's just not too hot.
Okay.
And on top of that, we have this unique occurrence of extremely clay-rich soil, very close to the ocean.
And do you think the terroir message across the board in South Africa is going to become more and more important in the coming years?
Without doubt.
Yeah.
I don't think South Africa has a future at the cheaper end of the market at all.
Right.
And I think the way forward, and it is happening, is there's got to be some varietal specialization in a site that is advantaged for making those varieties. So what's happening is people are moving closer to the coast.
Sure.
Producers are getting smaller and more focused, and there's much more regional varietal specialization taking place.
Okay.
So our future is smaller quantities of better wine, more focused producers, and much more site-specific planting.
Absolutely, and then hopefully the price tags will be pushed up to where they deserve to be, because you've got outstanding value at the moment.
Well, we have several hands tied behind our back, as I've often thought if we were American and we had that very wealthy market on our doorstep, our best wines in this country just simply wouldn't be available to the world. The beauty of South African wine is it tends to be affordable because there's not a domestic market just hoovering it all up.
Sure.
We have to engage the world, we have to travel, we have to introduce our wines everywhere.
Okay, and finally, Anthony, a bit of a fun question. You're on a desert island, you've got a corkscrew, and you're allowed one bottle of wine from history, any wine, and you can share it with a famous person from history, dead or alive. What would your wine be, and who would you share it with?
I'm going to be very boring because it would be my wife. That's the only person
It has
I'd
to be
really
a famous person.
Oh, it has to be. Well, she is to me.
Oh, go on.
Let me think. I think Winston Churchill and, or Evelyn Waugh, because they love wine.
Yeah.
And I think it would have to be Grand Cru Burgundy from a great vintage, probably something from the 1920s.
Oh, wow.
When it was still together, because I loved everything that era stood for.
So red, I guess, from
it
the 20s.
would definitely be Grand Cru Red Burgundy, probably from Vone Romane, somewhere around there.
Sounds delicious. That would be a scoop. Okay. Anthony, thank you very much for your time. Enjoy Cape Wine.
Thanks
Cheers.
a lot.